Hello there. Good morning. It's a beautiful Monday morning. It's such a joy to come your way this beautiful day from the Knox to Nugget studio. Finally, my studio is set, and I think I'm loving the background. And thank you to every single person that has encouraged me on this journey. And again, it's the second edition of the Possibility series. I had to answer a question during the week. Why Possibility series? I know the truth is this, as far as I'm concerned, 3rd John 2 is still true. God still wishes above all things that we prosper. Are we all prospering? No. But that means there's something we are yet to discover. There's something we know, or there's something that we know and we are not doing. Remember, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. Last week, I had a great time with an agripreneur, and today is another day. For everyone joining me online, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for giving me the share of your time. I appreciate you. For those that will watch thereafter, thank you so much. And again, like I will say, like the video, share it, pass your comments. Let me know what you think. I need to have your feedback. So today, in second edition of the Possibility series, I have an amazing woman in the house. She's a seasoned caterer and a businesswoman who doubles as the CEO of Bottom Pot Abuja. Now, if you know Bottom Pot, you probably already know who I'm talking about. She's an online restaurant. Bottom Pot is an online restaurant that prepares and transports food for its exclusive group of clients, particularly for special events such as conferences, meetings, weddings, celebration, or even home use. Bottom Pot Kitchen is responsible for planning a menu according to your budget, setting up or providing utensils and other equipment that you will require, and just ensuring that you and your guests have a good time. She delivers high level of customer satisfaction at a pocket-friendly rate. I love that. So my guest today is no other than somebody who quit the investment banking for the kitchen. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to receive on the Knox to Nuggets platform, Ayiba. Thank you so much, Ayiba, for coming. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Yomi. Thank you so much for having me. It's really exciting. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. It's really exciting having you here too. I'm so glad that you could finally make it. I was wondering if we'll be able to pull this through, but I'm glad we could pull it through. I'm so glad. One of the reasons for Possibility series is to show people that it works. That the fact that people are succeeding is a reality, is not a myth. And you don't have to do the wrong things to make money. So I want to start off with your story. How did you cross from investment banking to Bottom Pot? Everybody wants to be a banker, but here you are leaving investment banking to Bottom Pot. Tell us a bit of your story.
Okay, I'm a single mother to a 5-year-old child, a boy, a really cute boy. So, I moved from Lagos to Abuja, a fresh start for myself and for my child. So, moving in here, I got a job immediately as an investment banker. So, I used to go out marketing, have people invest money and all that. So, I worked with one company and that company dissolved, and I worked with another one, Skywise. I'm mentioning Skywise because my former boss also had a role to play in all of this. So working with Skywise, it was quite challenging because it wasn't something I loved. I took a job just so I could make ends meet for myself and my child, right? I just needed a salary, you understand? A certain amount of money coming in at the end of the month. It wasn't enough, right? But I had to take it. So while I was doing that, I started a business. I was selling jewelry, you know, selling jewelry. I would travel from Abuja to Lagos, buy stuff, come back, sell. I would sell in church. I would sell in my office. I would sell to everybody, right? But there was something I have always known how to do. I did not learn how to do it, which is cooking. I have always loved to cook. So as time went by the company, when you're not doing something you love, there's a time you get to a point where it's like it's choking you. You're not finding joy anymore. You're not finding satisfaction.
True.
And I had a few friends who have known me from Lagos who would say, "What are you waiting for? If you have started cooking since, I think by now you would have made it." I had friends encourage me here and there. And someone asked me, "What will you call your business if you eventually open a food business?" And I said, "Bottom pot." He laughed, right? And then he was like, "Okay, so bottom pot, what would be the slogan?" I said, "It is sweet pass," because we all know that the bottom pot, which is the owner of the pot, is sweet pass. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually, I approached my boss, Mr. Elvis Abuyere Livinus, and told him that I wasn't getting job satisfaction anymore and I wanted to leave. He asked me what was I going to do. I told him jury, but that was not what I knew I wanted to do in the inside, right? So eventually, I started the business. I gave the name to a lawyer to start the registration process, and I started the business. It wasn't easy. It was not funny. I
Wow.
lost a lot of weight, right? I lost so much weight. I got so skinny because I wasn't eating. I was always working. Meals would I would overcook. It would waste. I wasn't managing my time properly. Being a mother, as in,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
and yes, I started in 2019, and in that period, I fell into the wrong hands. I fell into the hands of 419. I
Ooh.
helped someone sell a car, and I did not know that it was a stolen vehicle. I slept in the cell. I was apprehended by the police. I slept in the cell and they asked me to pay a total sum of 1.5 million naira. From where? How much did I eat in starting the business? 200,000. Where will I get 1.5 million naira from? It was a very, very trying time for me. The year 2019. I would cry after cooking, seeing calls from these people asking for their money. I would cry. I would lament. I would say, "God, who have I offended?" But guess
Mm.
what? After all of this crying and asking myself, is there a God? I would look at my hands and I say, "God, I thank you for giving me these hands that can be productive, these hands that can make something unique." I was always filled with praise and thanksgiving to God. Don't get me wrong. I would complain. I'm human. And while I'm complaining, I'll tell God, I'm just a human being. I'm just a girl who
Mm.
you created. Just manage me
Mm.
like this. Just let me vent. After I have cried, complained, and, regret a lot of decisions, I will just say, "God, I thank you." Because I know that when men say there is a casting down, that is when I, your daughter, will say that there is a lifting up. It doesn't matter
Mm.
the situation of the country. It doesn't matter if people have started this thing and they have failed, but me, I will not fail. Was it when
Mm.
it came to pricing of my food? There were a lot of challenges. Because of time, I can't even go into everything bit by bit. But I told myself, I said, "God, I like to eat food like a queen. I like to serve food to someone like a king. Give me the right clients who will eat my meals and enjoy it, who would want the same things I want, who would appreciate the same meals I wanted." It took a while. Trust me, it took over a year struggling with the business until I got a call from someone, an ex. You understand? When they say God
Yeah.
brings different people to your life for different reasons, believe me, it is very true. This is someone who I never believed, that we could ever speak to each other again. But he called me and gave me a job, right? He asked me to cook for some high profile clients, which I did. Initially, I wasn't the one who was serving these meals. I would just deliver the food and leave. But as time went by, they trusted me enough to serve these meals, you
Wow.
know?
Ayiba, let me press a pause there and bring some
Okay.
key nuggets out of what you have said. Listening to
Okay.
you, I'm sitting down here and I say a lot of people that are on this call, or those that will still come to watch this later, are doing things that they do not like. They're
Mm,
just there trying to make ends meet. They're just there
yeah.
trying to survive. I need something to take me home. I need something to put food on my table. And that's where they are there. But the truth is this: as long as you're not doing what you're called to do, you
Yeah.
cannot be satisfied. And
True.
the truth is this: your money is in your passion, your money is in your gift, your money is in that thing you have been called to do.
To do.
Some people will enjoy that work and enjoy it and really work, but not everybody would is called to do that. So another lesson I took from you is don't copy another. Be yourself and surround yourself with people that can tell you the truth. Your friends will tell you, what are you still doing? You are a good cook. What can you make out of it? Some people will tell you, my friend, forget cook. Cooking cannot make life for you. Better stay there. And it's true. Better stay there. This is the one you know.
Yeah.
Many times we must leave the known for the
The
unknown.
unknown. Thank you.
Mm.
Take
So
that
crossing,
risk.
yeah, take that risk. Thank you. Take that risk. Now let me ask you, in taking that risk, how did you feel?
Ah, overwhelmed, overwhelmed, overwhelmed. Different times, due to the challenges and the setbacks I experienced, which is normal in the beginning of every business. I wanted to give up, right? I
Hmm.
wanted to give up. But I always had a voice, Ayiba, face your front. Concentrate on this thing you know how to do. Did you
Hmm.
learn it? Did anybody teach you? Ayiba, continue. And I had good friends. I
Wow.
surrounded myself with good friends who would say, don't worry, just continue. Don't
Hmm.
worry, just continue. So
Hmm.
basically, at the beginning of every business, there will definitely be challenges. Anything that comes easy goes easy.
True. True. Anything that comes easy
That is what
goes
I have
easy.
learned. Goes easy.
Hmm. So at the beginning of every challenge, of every business, there definitely will be challenges. It's
Yes,
never a walk in the park. There's
it's
a
not.
saying I grew up loving, and it's that life is not a bed of roses. But
Yeah.
even if it was, roses have thorns. So they look so pretty, but then they are thorny. You cannot go lie on them. There's
Yeah.
always a challenge around the corner. But what takes
Of
you
course.
on? I hear you talk about good friends. Who is in your company? Who is speaking into your life? Who is
Yeah.
encouraging you? If you
Yeah.
surround yourself with the wrong people, they will drown you in their
They
mystery
will.
and you will drown with them.
You know what they say? Misery loves company.
True. Mystery truly loves company. I
It
know
does love
when
company.
mystery has company, it drowns. Everybody just drowns together. And then they'll
Yeah.
add your name to those people that did not succeed. Meanwhile, they pulled
Exactly.
you down. So,
True.
having laid that foundation, then you started your business, you got the connection. Tell me, what has kept you in this business?
Okay, so the people I cook for, they like local meals, and I love local meals as well. But once in a while, I like to chip in something new, probably something I know they haven't seen before, maybe have eaten one time. So I go online, right? I
Hmm.
go online, I learn new recipes, right? And then while I'm at home, while I'm probably rushing to make breakfast, I create something new.
Hmm.
Something, yes. When it comes to handwork, in quote, so long as you know what you're doing, you trust yourself, you believe in yourself, and you believe in God. You see this thing called creativity, it will not leave you. Something there are recipes that I know that I haven't seen anywhere. There are things that I have learned just by putting salt, pepper, maggi, and spinach together. I just create something new, and then someone be like, "How did you do this?" I say, "My dear, don't follow me. Oh." I just get, I just get creative, right? So they know these set of meals, right? And then they come this time, and I'm introducing yam croquets with shrimps, and they'll be like, Ayiba has come again. No, they eat it and they love it, right?
Hmm.
So it's all about creativity, right? Trusting yourself, trusting God. And no matter, I have had challenges with this set of clients, right? No matter how much I complain, when I come back home, Jesus, I am singing and dancing.
Hmm.
I just start
Hmm.
praising, right? I just
Hmm.
start praising. I just start singing. Sometimes I feel if someone else comes in and sees how I work, they'll be like, is this girl normal? Because while I'm cooking, the music is very loud. I am dancing, right? I'm either listening to Mercy Chinwo's song or Dunsi Onyekon, and I am dancing like a mad person while cooking. But it always comes out nice. Even when I know it doesn't come out nice, I pray. On my way there with this food in my car, I'm driving. I'm like, God, I commit this food into your hand. I thank you. I trust you. I bless your holy name because this food, it tastes like sugar in their mouths. We're not perfect,
Hmm.
but God
Hmm.
always helps our imperfections.
Wow.
Motivate yourself, indeed.
Let me pause there again. I'm hearing many things and I'm sitting down here and I'm actually so excited. I'm excited because hearing a startup, a lot of times people think this is not the time to start, but you're talking about 2019. And so we enter 2019 and you started a business, and 2020 was a lockdown. And then we are here. And I can still hear you talking about trust God, trust yourself, have courage, motivate yourself. God is huge here. I mean, you can't take God out of it. Apparently, 3 John 2 is the word of God. So if you must prosper above all things, you need God as the foundation. And at the beginning, sometimes you vent, but then you come back and say, God, I'm just human. I just had to vent, but I still love you. I still praise you. I still appreciate you. And you come back to the place of adoring God. And then you said something, you said, be creative. And all of us in our areas of strength, we have the creativity juice flowing.
Yes.
All of us. I might not be creative in the area that you are creative, but that doesn't mean I'm not creative. So you may be listening to us and you are saying, well, Ayiba, that's cooking. I don't even know how to cook. So forget creativity. What do you love to do? Principles are universal. All she's telling you is, if I can, you can.
You can.
And that's so good. That if I can succeed, you can succeed. And she's bearing it all out and saying, there were times I cried. There were times I felt like giving up. There were times I felt like quitting, but I never did. Now, Ayiba, tell me, is it too late to start a business now?
It is never too late to start any business. I have sold pants in Abuja. Yes, ladies' underwear, I have sold. It is never too late to start any business. The best time to sow any seed is now. Because if you want to wait for ₦1 million, ₦2 million, 500,000, girl, it may never come. Start with the little. I started my business with 200,000 naira. I remember vividly. Yes. Because I needed to get pots. I needed to get gas cylinders. I needed to get, the industrial gas. Right? That was how much I started the business with. You don't need start from wherever you are. Start with what you have. Start now and trust God for an increase. You don't need to know where it'll come from, how it's going to come, when it's going to come. That is what it means to trust. You're blindfolded, but you're seeing something that you don't know how you're going to get it. You just believe. It is His work. So there are times I get into difficult situations. I'll be like, God, I don't know how to get out of this one, but it is your duty as God. I mean, who am I? I'm only a human being, but you're the spirit here. So please do your thing. I just leave it to God. Yes.
I love that.
I talk to God like it.
I just love that. You are God. You are the spirit here. So do what only spirit can do.
True, but that's actually the truth. That is the whole truth. The best time to start any business is now. With the little you have, the odds may not be in your favor. Who am I going to sell to? Who will buy this thing? My sister, my brother, buy it. Start. Commit it into God's hands first. Thank God for the idea and trust Him to make a way. You can try different things. You may start now, it doesn't work. That doesn't mean it's the end. You can try something else, or you try another angle. I used to do plated meals, right? Where I would sell it. There are times I used to beg people, buy 2 and get 1 free. My dear, now I cook only in bowls, right? I cook for a group of persons. So the buy 2 get 1 free at some point wasn't working because I kept throwing away food. People were not actually buying as much. And I told myself, why don't I try a different approach? Why don't I look at this thing from another angle, right? So you sit back, and there was one night I remember. Maybe I'm going too fast, but there was one night I remember.
Go ahead.
I felt, this thing they call the writer's block. I felt a block last year, and I'm like, God, how do I get out of this? I prayed. I just kept playing the song, Lauren Diago. You said I'm loved. I don't know who knows the song, but I kept that song on repeat for at least 3 to 4 hours. An idea started rushing in that instead of cooking plated meals, why don't you advertise and Only people who want these meals like in bowls, you just go ahead and cook for them rather than put yourself in a place where you will encounter waste. So when it
Hmm.
seems like a situation or a plan isn't working, that doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean it's wrong. Look at it from another angle. Or you ask someone else.
Hmm.
Take a pause. There are times I stopped and I'll say, I'm sorry, but on pot is not available from this time. I just stop.
Wow.
Yes. Just so
Wow.
I will get a better and clearer perspective of things.
Hmm.
So it's okay to
Hmm.
take a break as a business person.
It's okay to take a break. Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Ayiba, you are saying so many things, and I'm trusting God that people will catch the spirit behind the words. Because, and the
Yeah.
beautiful thing is, you can watch it again and again.
And
You can
again,
go
that's
back
true.
to it, you can rewind, you can do anything, and just pick the nuggets. It's okay to take a break, it's okay to stop. Even
Yeah.
in business, there's a tendency to burn out. Don't
Of course.
allow it.
Of
Don't
course.
allow it. And when you think it's at an end, it might just be a bend. So
It
step
may
back,
just be a bit.
look at it from another angle, and
Angle.
ask people. Ask people. So again, comes back to who is in your circle. Who will you
Yes.
be asking? Don't ask the murmurers. They'll have nothing good to
No.
tell you. Ask the right people. It's okay to strategize. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to stop and listen to God afresh. But the fact that there is a challenge does not mean you are in the wrong thing.
Yeah. True.
And that's so key. Many times we enter into a challenging situation, into the storms, and we are like, nah, 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 nah. Maybe God didn't send me. Maybe I sent myself. It's okay to take a break, to re-strategize, to look at it from another angle. And somebody rightly said, mentorship is key. Now,
Yeah.
Aiba, you said something. You tried many things. You sold ladies undies, you did jewelry, and then you sat down in bottom pot and did what came to you naturally. But I hear you say you still research. That
Yeah.
means even in cooking, there is still learning.
Of course.
Wow.
Of course.
Wow.
Whatever, any expertise, be you in 9 to 5, be you an entrepreneur, there, there, there are people who were there before you. There are people who know better than you do. There are people who are more experienced than you are. Look out for these people. I follow Nanaba. There's this lady on YouTube, Nanaba's Kitchen. There are recipes I've learned from her, right? There are things I have seen in my house and created. And eventually I send her a post, maybe secretly, and tell her, you inspired this meal. Thank you. You know?
Hmm.
So you have
Hmm.
to reinvent yourself. Whatever it is, trust me, it doesn't stop there.
Hmm. I
You
hear another
learn, unlearn, and relearn.
learn, unlearn, relearn, and
Relearn, yes.
appreciate those who are contributing into your life.
Of course.
So somebody has added value to you. Don't just run off. Stop by to say,
Don't.
you inspired this. Thank you. But for you, this wouldn't have been there. Thank you. Appreciation oils your engine of success.
Yes,
So
it
never
does.
run off and think you've gotten it all. Stop, appreciate those people who have spoken into your life and
Yeah.
and keep going. Somebody said, don't be too superior to learn from the inferior. So
Um,
true. So true. Wow. Time is fast spent. I thought we could do this in 20 minutes. We're past 20 minutes.
yeah.
It's always a delight talking with you, Ayiba. And before we round off today, you faced quite a number of challenges, quite a number.
Yeah.
Can you tell me one very interesting one and how you came out of it?
Hmm. I'm going to say it's the case of, selling a car that I didn't know was a stolen vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
right? That is the most interesting one because while I was battling that, it's all here. It was all here, right?
Mm,
These people were not
mm,
going to come and kill me because I had not paid the money. But because I let it get to me, it will weigh me down. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, right? I would stay awake, crying, at the same time praying, trusting God. So the whole of last year, after that was when the lockdown started. They didn't ask me for anything. And I'm like, okay, so good. I started working for these guys. I started making some money, getting things my life started changing. I'm not going to lie. My life started changing for the better. And then early this year in January, they called me that you haven't paid the money. They were becoming, like they wanted to attack me. I'm like, is it that you guys were not on Earth? Because the whole of planet Earth was on lockdown last year. So I'm going to pay you your money. Guess what? I had the money complete. And I'm like, after getting upset at that minute, upset at them, the way they were coming at me, I just sat down like this and I'm like, Ayiba, why even allowing this thing get to you? God has blessed you, right? You have the money to pay these guys, and it will not even shake you. I told them, send your account. I'm telling you, send your account details. I sent it to them. I sent the money to them. I told them, do not call me again because I was very upset. But I was grateful to God that when I was in cell, all the songs I kept singing to myself, all the things I kept telling myself, trying to see a beautiful thing even in the most ugliest of places, it came to pass because I told myself, God, this 1.5 million naira, I will pay it. You will help me. There's no other person that can help me. It is only you. I will pay it and I will stand strong because I trust and believe in you. Because it's a charge of 1.5 million naira, I'm going to come out of it and I will have double, triple. That was my belief. And it worked for me. I swear it worked for me. All in prayer, praises, and thanksgiving. I was just praying and praising God in advance for something I had not seen. Just pray,
Wow.
praise, and thank God in advance. That is it.
Wow. Wow. Ayiba, that's so much. I mean, sitting back now and listening to you, I'm saying, for nothing that for in an attempt to make money, here am I in cell. It's enough to say,
Loose.
God, you are so bad. God, you are so wicked. In fact, I won't sing again. In fact, I will not do this again. But you took
Yeah.
it in that stride. You could pray, you could praise, and you could tell God, you know what, I'll pay this back, but I will have times 2, times 3, times 4. And he honored it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're scheduled. That's like, yeah, thank you, Auntie Efe. That's raw faith. That is just it, raw faith. Thank you
It's all
so
God.
much. It's been amazing talking to you. I'd say we'll not get to
Thank
30 minutes. We're
you.
almost at 30 minutes. That's what I'm calling today.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Ayiba, for agreeing to come on this. It was tough
Thank
getting a
you.
hold of you because of your schedule. And the truth is,
Yes.
every successful person has a tough schedule. There's no
Yeah.
one successful person that sleeps like 24 hours. So I quite understand and I truly appreciate. And that is
Thank
it
you.
today on Knocks to Nuggets on this series, positioning possibility series. What
Serious.
can you do? What are you doing? And how is it working? Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank
I
you.
truly do appreciate you and God bless you. I look forward to meeting you face to face. We have a
We
deal.
will.
When you come in town, just let me know. We will have
Most
definitely will
definitely.
have a lunchtime out together. Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much, Ayiba. God
Thank
bless you.
you. Thank you so much. God bless you, Ma.
Thank you. So that was Ayiba. Awesome time out with her. I'm sure you've gained a lot from it. And thank you for everyone who's been on this call. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for those that shared it on your timeline. Thank you. Yes, praise, prayer, and thanksgiving changes things and strengthens your faith. Thank you so much. Yes, Ayiba was so authentic. She could bear it all out. And thank you. When you're authentic, when you can share your story, you're just a blessing to humanity. And for everyone on this call, I say a very big thank you. It's another Monday. And I just trust God that this week will be glorious. It will be beautiful. It will be exciting. Good news will come your way. You're going to have an awesome, awesome time this week. And guess what? See you next week, Monday, 7:45. And I keep reminding you of this, and I can't stop reminding you. Towards the end of the month, the last 2 Mondays of the month, we'll be talking about parenting today. Raising children today, you and I will agree, is not beans. I'm going to have an amazing mother, Victory Olumuyiwa, coming to talk to us about parenting today, sharing her stories. And you never can tell. You might have 1 or 2 children coming on that show doing something as well. I don't know yet, so I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying it is possible. So until I come your way next week, Monday, never ever forget this. You can do it. You are the next thing about to hit planet Earth like a bomb. So See you next week, Monday, 7:45. Love you, and never ever forget it. Together we win. Have a glorious week. Bye for now.